guys, welcome to Empow3r Hour. Today we have JH today. I'm so happy to have him here.
JH. I'm gonna take JH going forward.
Okay, why?
Yeah.
Is that what? That's
Nah,
what
I mean,
guess they call you on Instagram, right?
Yeah, well, my personal page is
Okay.
JH, but Instagram, I got the business.
Correct.
Well, businesses, but the main business, which is Truthful Taxes.
Right.
I just put it as Truthful Taxes. I don't, but it's more like a personal page too. The reason why we got that page like that though is because I want you to see what a CEO is going through while growing a multi-million-dollar company. You understand?
And you really display that.
No, but actually, I let out all my emotions there too. Like there was one post that I put earlier this year where I got robbed for $1.2 million.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Over like a 8-month period. Nobody's gonna tell you that. You know what I'm saying?
So you say the good and the bad.
Oh man, the good and the bad. This year is my recovering year. Like I had to hide out this year because, and fuck it, we on air, right? Like,
and you're allowed to curse, so.
All right, good. Early in the year, I got for like 800 and something grand. I was building my own proprietary software for the company. There's different steps you got to take when you hit. In the inception of business, you try to make money.
Right.
Then after you make money, you gotta kind of like learn how to grow it from there, right?
Correct.
Then once it's growing on its own, you got to step back because the CEO can only do so much.
Yes.
He has to continue to grow the company while the people you hire and trust who have the skill set can grow the company for you.
Right.
But in the interim, while you're growing the company, you got to network.
Yeah.
You got to meet different people who are telling you who actually do it, right? And I always say this: you can't take advice from somebody about making $1 million if they never made $1 million.
Yeah.
Or somebody, then you could buy the Lambos. It's like, you ever bought a Lambo? You know what it takes to buy a Lambo? Yes?
No, I never bought a Lambo.
Good. I buy 3 a year. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I can tell you in 16 seconds, this how you do it, that's it, boom.
Correct.
You get what I'm saying? So that's who you listen to, people who actually do it. So now when I ask a question to people is, you ever did it? No? All right, that's cool. But I don't disrespect, but that's my key to go, I ain't fucking with them.
So I want to know a little bit of the backstory because I'm sure you didn't wake up and own Lambos when you were a kid.
Nah.
So like, tell me about like the background. I'm
actually from the Lower East Side of Manhattan. Smith Projects, grew up down there. I was always a geek though on the low, so I always went to school, got good grades. I was kind of protected by the hood, like they always had my back for some reason. And then even now, the same people who had my back down there when we grew up are the same people till today, but they all wind up taking off, like Memphis Bleak, Rock Nation, True Life, Warehouse Music Group, So we all still a tight circle. But then I wind up becoming an engineer with Mount Sinai Medical Center right out of college after I got a couple degrees. And I got bored one day, right? I was making about 150 grand. I was living on site for free because I'm a superintendent. And then I did my taxes one day on TurboTax. So I was like, oh shit, this is easy. But remember, I have about 60 people who work for me at the hospital. I'm the head engineer, superintendent. So right away, I went to the security guards and I was like, yo, give me your W-2s. I know they got their W-2s because we just got it.
Yeah.
And I did it real quick. I charged them $100. I made quick $5 grand over like a 6 day.
Off of TurboTax?
Yeah, over TurboTax. Wow. So then once I finished their taxes, I Googled, right? I was like, yo, how much do accountants make an hour? She said $1,000 an hour. Yeah, I stopped being an engineer about 2 years later, and then I figured out how to start my own firm because I already had the clients, which was good. So I always say if you can start a business backwards, you're set. Yeah. Because you can always put a name behind something, but it's hard to get the clients. But if you got the clients already, you could easily go just fucking, what's that website for you start the businesses, 1, 2, 3. GoDaddy or, LegalZoom, start a business, 1, 2, 3. So I already had over 200 clients at the time. And I was already making, for real, back in 2017, about 20 grand a week.
Amazing.
17, bro. So when 19 came, I had about 1,000 clients. I already had a bunch of people in the industry, True Life, Spiff.
It was already called True Life at that time.
No. It ain't called
True Life is a friend of his.
Oh, okay.
Also like
it was already called Truthful Taxes. It was called Truthful Taxes.
Yes.
And then I hit a wall. You can only do so many taxes.
Yes.
That's like you can only do so many podcasts in one day. There's only one person.
Yeah.
You understand?
Correct.
If there was robots, they could, they could wild out. But you can only do so much taxes. So I hired my family. Okay. Then we hit a wall because you can only do so many taxes.
Exactly.
So I sat back one day. I'm like, I was doing pretty good. I was doing about $500,000 at the time, net. And I'm like, yo, I think I could take this shit off if I teach everybody what I know, and if I pay them like they're the owner. Because most people who are not happy at a job is because they don't get paid well or they hate their boss. So if I don't micromanage you and I pay you like the owner, you won't leave fast.
Well, that happens to me as well because I own a salon. So definitely understand. I treat them like we're partners.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, so they could worry about bringing in the clients. And they feel just as good. Sometimes I pay them a little bit more than what I get paid them based on the commission, depending how good you are.
Yep.
And it helps keep them around.
When he does a return, he's actually a licensed tax professional. He owns a financial firm as well, does really well, and he makes 10 times more than me. The thing is,
I'm gonna have to change my job.
oh, this is nasty, girl. This is way different. The thing is, he makes off of 200 or 300 clients.
Right.
I make off of 400 people who are in my company, who I pay weekly.
Right.
And I make off of every single one of their clients.
So basically, you're tax partners.
They are tax partners, yeah. But we don't make them employees for legal purposes because they could do some wild shit, which we've experienced in the past. Yes. And they could, trampas, and then I don't want to be caught up with that.
You can't control.
100%. So I want to be able to snip you for one day but the next, you know?
Okay.
And I've snipped my own family, bro. Yeah. My own family has gotten me for over 100 bands last year. Yeah. And it's like,
yeah, usually it's always the closest sometimes. That's why
the one who can steal the most from you is the person who's the closest from you because they know where all the access points are. Exactly. So at some point in time, once you become... your guard
is going to be down.
Well, you have to let it down. We actually had this conversation last week, me and him, where it's like, you can't continue to grow and be an animal. At some point in time, somebody got to know all your shit. You know what I'm saying? He knows all the access codes to my crib and everything, but... He's right hand, but he has the most access to do something wild. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I always gotta have two feelings for him. I love the dude. Like we flipped out on each other in fucking December. This was a $100 million deal that went bad in California. And we started venting on each other. Yeah. Right? Going in because I held too much. But I had to hold that much because it's him. Another nigga I would have snipped 1, 2, 3. You understand? Yeah. There was one point last year in the company, I was firing somebody every fucking month because they were stealing. Boom, 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 boom. And then it came back. I was just like, yo, everyone who stole from me is close to me. Wow. Everyone. So now in 2024, I said, I'm going to have to develop 2 different feelings in business. There's business, and even if I love you, I got to still be able to cut you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But it also made my internal...
That's so hard.
Yeah, it's very, very hard.
Especially for us women. I feel like we're so empathetic. We're so, emotional base where you guys can have build that muscle. But you need
I'll be pacing around the house like, damn, I don't want to fight this nigga. He's cool, but fuck, man. I love him like a little brother. But then that's where you go, I love him like a little brother, but he's not loving you like a brother because he owes you $50,000 and you just seen it. Yep. And you're like, yo, time out. Damn, but I love this kid. Yeah. And you, at some point in time, once you reach a certain point, you got to make nasty decisions. Because I was talking to Memphis Bleak last night, and we got on the topic of as a CEO, once you become very successful, I don't do taxes. I haven't fucking done taxes in fucking 5 years. Mm-hmm. I only deal with problems right now. Yeah. I got a call yesterday.
I got a call. Problem solver.
At this point, yeah.
Yeah. For the people who are listening, if they wanted to come into this business, it sounds so appealing.
I mean, the thing is we speedball you, right? Like, if you own a hair salon, if I try to, even though I own a hair salon too, but with no hair, right? But
like The Rock, he has a hairline with no hair.
I got lash business and everything, but you won't know. But the thing is, if somebody was to try to come and start a nail salon or a hair salon out of scratch, out of nowhere, they don't know where to begin. So it's going to cost them if they want to save 2 years headache and money. If you give them the advice, right? Yeah. So what we did in 2019. I was like, I want to make a different amount of money. I can do this. like, I'm an engineer by trade, so I put processes in place in order to make things better or save money. Right. So I say, you know what? I'm going to build out a whole system. I built out a system, and then the first 20 clients that we taught were my own clients, the partners. They paid $3,500 to come in the company, and they got to pay us $300 a month as a licensing fee.
Okay. So and that includes the software.
Oh, that includes everything. And then we also put a support behind you because we want to make sure that the taxes that are going out are on point. But then we also let you breathe. Once we see that you're doing your thing and we know that you're on point, we don't want to micromanage you no more. But then people get comfortable and start doing trampas. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So long story short, it wound up going from 20 to 150 to last year it was a little over 400 locations. So, you know, going back to like what I was saying with Bleak, I eat off of everything, but they eat more than me on one individual. So yeah, I'm making off of 50, 60,000 people in the U.S., but he will make 10, 15 times more than me.
But that's okay because you're not putting in so much work.
I am on the back end to make sure that they still clear to not go through any issues. So I'm growing the company. I'm dealing with the headaches so they can easily file and make their money. They don't do no billing or nothing. Yeah. We handle all that. So yeah, long story short, if somebody wanted to come in the company, we teach virtually. You know, we hold 30 people at a time, but we have 3 instructors. Yeah. And then they pay a certain fee to come in, and then they pay a monthly licensing fee. But they get access to 8 different companies I own. So that's, y'all don't know, but Truthful Taxes is my baby company.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's the real company?
Those, you leave those like that. Okay. We off air on those. Yeah. But the reason, it's not because it's illegal. Yeah. It's because it'll make people feel uncomfortable. Okay. With when we talk about money with that. Okay. You know, but the catalyst, all of it is Truthful Taxes. But Truthful Taxes, look at the end of the day, I don't know this girl. I don't know. Well, I know him, and I didn't know you. But how did we get acquainted?
Networking.
Taxes.
Yeah, taxes.
I don't know you, but I just met you. Me. But how we got met? Taxes. So you could be black, blue, racist, orange. Yeah. You could be gay. You could be happy. You could be sad. You got to do taxes, bro.
Regardless.
So how taxes really work is trust. And as long as you feel comfortable with the person, you good. That's it. As long as you trust and you feel comfortable with the person, there's nobody better than that. So I can't take clients right now, right? So I ship them off to everybody. And I tell them, I was like, yo, if you got a really good relationship with the person, you trust them, you stay with them. Yeah. All right? Because
definitely, because you just don't want the headache. If you're doing the right job for me, why should I leave you? Like, I'm all about loyalty. Yeah. You know, building that trust level and sticking with that one person that's helping me. Yeah. I don't like changes like that unless it's for the better. Yeah. Unless you make me change you, then that's different.
Well, most of the time when you're forced to change, it's because the customer service is not on point. Yeah. Right? We could be cool. Or delivery. Like, yo, I love hanging out with him. We have a cool time. We go out to eat. But when it comes to my taxes, he don't respond, or I'm always getting a letter and he doesn't help me out with the letter. That's when you wind up cutting me off. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like, I'm just going to fuck with him. But then you also hurt real relationships too. Yeah. Right? So like, if we was to do this podcast right now, right? Yeah, we having everything cool conversation, but you start chopping it up and then making it sound like I'm robbing the industry. I'm going to be like, yo, what happened here? You got me looking like a criminal on air. Mm-hmm.
But you're really putting people on.
No, it's true though, 100%. Yeah. So taxes gears to anyone. It doesn't matter. The whole thing is I found a niche that gears to our demographic. Yeah. So 91% of my company is Latina females. So I love that. It's so dope to watch them take off and support one another. And we didn't choose it, I never put $1 in ad money, by the way. It literally just came, like, let's say Olivia came in the company, she wound up making $100,000. Her sisters was like, yo, she doing fucking taxes now. She making $100,000. Her sister came in, but then her sister's popping because she got 35,000 Instagram followers, and 42 people came in because of her. And next thing you know, we started realizing that the Hispanic demographic or the minority demographic really supports one another and follows them with what they do. Males don't. We got like 3 males in the company. Me, him, and another dude, Antonio. There's a couple other. There's like 20 dudes, but dudes look at other dudes and hate. And it's weird because I can see somebody with a bigger chain or a better car, and I'll go, yo, dope car.
Me too. Or dope I can see a beautiful woman and walk up to her.
Yeah,
fix
man.
Her hair, fix it. Like, that's the way that I am. Yeah. I'm very humble and genuine at heart. And I try to help everyone around me. till you fuck me. Then that's it, it's over.
Yeah.
But I give people benefit.
Yeah, you give them grace.
But I'm also extra careful about my space. Like this is I'm cool to you, but this is my space. And I'm very careful around my surroundings. So, because I still have the old school mindset. You know, I've been betrayed so many times by friends, by family members.
And you know it happens at different levels, right?
It does. And the
bigger you would get betrayed when you make 100
gets.
grand. You'll get betrayed when you make 500 grand, and you'll get betrayed by when you make $1 million and $2 million. The good thing is that out of all of this, you learned, you're currently happy, you're healthy.
Yes.
You have food, you have a bed, and your kids are perfectly healthy, if not straight, right? Yeah. So therefore, the simple things is what brings peace and comfortability now. That's it.
To me,
that's
definitely. You're
so
right.
at 9:30, I get in that bed and I'm out. I'm sleeping. Why? Because when I tuck that pillow, we're done. Yeah. But overall, as long as you have the basics in life covered, everything else is just a plus. Yeah. So this is why I give so much stuff away, because I have fucking Jersey alone. Well, it doesn't go like that. The people that give stuff away, they earn it. Mm-hmm. They earn it from me, and excess. What the fuck? You ain't taking all this shit with you.
Yeah.
Help people, right? Be good to people for no reason, right? It's another gesture, but give the rest of the stuff away. You'll see how good it feels. When you help somebody at a high D, doesn't it feel like different?
It does. That gives me power. It's like putting
it's so rewarding. It's so rewarding.
That's what I love doing. I think this is going to be dope, the movement with what you're doing, this podcast. So this is why I came on, show you love. All right? And we'll be talking.
Tell people to follow us in Power Hour.
Follow Liz and follow Boss Lady at Power Hour. Everybody, the whole Truthful Taxes, follow all of them,
And get your taxes done at Truthful Taxes.
Yes. All right, thank you guys.
Thank
Peace
you
out.
guys.
Bye.
All right.
So we have a special guest today, a beautiful young woman. Tell us your name.
My name is Christiana Hurt, and I own Wealthy College Kid, an e-commerce education platform, as well as Celsi, from the store to your door software company.
Wow, tell us a little bit about these companies and what is it that you do?
So Wealthy College Kid is an e-commerce education platform that allows everyday people to learn how to sell with no website as well as no inventory. So it allows people like yourself or people that may be facing financial hardship, because in 2024, it's just so unrealistic to ask people to focus on anything but trying to make ends meet. Yeah. So this is what it allows you to do is, if you have a quick expense that you have to come up with $500, $1,000, this puts you in a position to actually do that. Correct. And taking your power back financially, because now we're in a time where financial uncertainty is at
an all-time high.
At an all-time high. We don't even know what's going to happen with our election, let alone women's rights. Yeah. We don't know. So at least this gives you, some type of control, because at this point, we can't keep saying money isn't everything. Yeah. Money is controlling a lot of what's around us, and being able to pay your bills and being able to
provide and breathe
is worth more than anything anybody can offer you.
Yeah. What made you get into this business?
So unfortunately, I moved out like many young women do for a boyfriend, and he told me if I loved him, I would put the lease in my name. I did, and the situation turned violent within 30 days of signing the lease. Wow. We had 1 month free though, so I had a month to figure it out. And I know a lot of people, why didn't you just go home if you come from a good family? Yeah. But at the end of the day, pride and ego is a real thing. And of course. I'm okay with that. I had too much pride to ask for help. Was it there? Possibly, but how many people here will really tell me you would call your mom and ask her for the $5,000? Yeah. Would you really do it?
When you just left home
and they told you not to do it? But in general, how many people really will sit here today and you're gonna call home for help? Yeah. If it's an option, and most people are gonna tell you they're not calling.
Yeah. No, I'm not. I'm not gonna take from her. If anything, I gotta give to her. At this point, you left. You want to prove to them that you can make it. Yeah. And you definitely don't want to go back. Just the point that you're I'm already outside. I need to make this work. So what did you do after that? He left?
So, no. Why would you leave your moneymaker? You got to think this is a relationship that a person's invested a lot in. So I moved out April 6, 2016. I was making 6 figures by September.
Wow.
Yeah, which isn't normal. It's really catalyze that. I'm an anomaly. My situation was really, really bad. And if we looked at it on paper, it's borderline torture. So it's not duplicatable in any way, shape, or form. But it allows you to know that it's possible. And that's all I needed to then making $1 million in 2018 to $10.4 million in 2020. And I just haven't looked back
since.
That's
beautiful, girl.
I've been living life on easy mode since 2020. I can wholeheartedly say that.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I'm honored to have you here. I'd like to see young, beautiful women making it out there, making their own money. Know that you don't need a guy to survive and that you're doing your own thing. That's beautiful.
It's just, and again, like, I think as women, like, men and just situations, most of the bad situations we put ourselves in, it's because of another person, whether it be family, a man. It's normally us trying to see the good in another person that we get the short end of the stick. So I just tell people, like, if you throw a woman to the wolves, she's always going to come back. She's going to come out surviving, leading the pack. Like, and it's just like, as a woman, I rose to the occasion. So it's like, you can not need a man. You could do all these things, but just have that safety net. We see traditional wives on TikTok today, like, in their 40s with nothing. How are you going to tell somebody in their 40s to go get a job? They haven't worked since they were 18.
Exactly. But that's the thing, like, you got creative, and that's the thing. A lot of people don't tap into their creativity. Okay, let me do something different. Like, if you tell somebody, hey, you should go drop ship, they're going to be like, let me just go get a job.
Reading is fundamental. Reading is so fundamental, and a lot of people lack comprehension. The ability to comprehend, and it's we make fun of her, like, people brag about, I dropped out in the 8th grade, but you can't read. Like, you can't read even 300 words a minute. 300 words a minute is an average. Like, you should be able to read and comprehend and execute. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't miss that ability to execute. They have that self-doubt. They have naysayers.
Imposter syndromes.
Or low dopamine hobbies. Like gaming or drinking or smoking. And it's easy to fall victim to these vices when you should just cut everything and really lock in. Zero in. Because you already have kids, school, work, bills. You already have all of these things to add in, like, low receptive vibrational things. Like, you're not going to progress.
Of course.
So we see these hamster wheels of, I'm hustling. Like, are you?
And there's ways to hustle. Like, you can hustle smarter, not harder.
You have to hustle progressively.
Yes, agreed.
You cannot hustle. And everybody likes to say, I'm going to flip it. Like, a flip is it's in the same place.
Just one time.
If I flip something, it doesn't go anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, so many people let hustle culture, like, put them in a circle where you have to do things that are moving the needle in your life. And when I say move the needle, it's not buying jewelry. Are you able to put yourself in a new car? Are you able to put yourself in a better living situation?
Correct.
And e-commerce is a vehicle that allows you to do that with low overhead and low risk.
So for those that don't know, I mean, I used to do e-commerce, but for those that don't know, can you explain just one way they can make money online?
So we're in the end of May. We have Memorial Day, but then we'll have Father's Day in June if when you guys drop this. So 2 things that you could sell right now would be a barbecue grill. You can get that at Five Below at this point. You can get it at Walmart. And you're not purchasing the product. I can't stress this enough. You're not purchasing the product, but you are able to use the images from Amazon reviews, because if you go to reviews with images, there's tons of images. Correct. You can take those images, you can list that product online. And I know there's a bunch of people like, why wouldn't they just go get it from Walmart? The same reason you don't get off your butt and go to Starbucks. You Uber Eats it, and now it's $14 instead of $7.
Exactly.
So we're in an era of convenience, and with that convenience, you can become a millionaire. Right. Like, it is 100% possible to become a millionaire off of convenience.
Convenience, yep.
Like,
so you're listing basically on Amazon.
So Amazon costs $40 a month, so it's not newbie beginner. If you're watching this as I don't know where to start, you're starting on platforms that are free. So you're starting on Comment Soul is a free one. Facebook Marketplace, eBay. These are platforms that are free that do not charge you until you have sold the item. And obviously, if you've sold the item, you've made money. And you're selling something you don't own. So at this point, like, what is the reason you can't try? If you're watching this today,
what is there to lose? Exactly.
Yeah, there's nothing. You're listing a picture, a price, and you just know where to get it when they purchase.
And then when somebody's like, well, what if it's sold out? Okay, the same reason. If you go to Walmart right now and they're out of milk, what are you going to turn around and do? Go to the next store.
Exactly.
It's like, well, what if the price is different? We have price matching.
Yeah.
We're in an era of if you just do the work, you can make it happen.
And worst case scenario, end of the world, like, you refund them their money.
Yeah, and again, like, you're refunding money that you never had.
Yeah. Exactly.
So it's like, you can't really sit in my face in 2024 and tell me that there's not a way. You just can't.
Yeah.
We have, like, if we go back, 50, 60 years, women were literally like sewing clothes, making butter from scratch, and men were out there like killing people with swords that were like 100 pounds. Yeah. Now all you have to do is pick up a phone.
Yeah. You
just need Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi's free.
Right.
Which if we just keep taking down the privilege, of course, you know, it's still, you're starting somewhere. But we are in an age where a lot of this in the United States is accessible.
Yeah, we're in the information age. Like, literally everything is on YouTube. If you're not a reader, get on YouTube. Follow somebody like her. Like, anything.
It's just, and this, again, like, is why I think we see this podcast culture of, like, masculine women. Like, women are only masculine because of the situation men put them in.
Yeah. Exactly. We wasn't left
the wake up like this.
Man, right?
Like, you know what I mean?
Have
like,
to be. You didn't give me a choice. I have to
be
a man.
I didn't wake up, like, I moved, what did I say? I moved out because my boyfriend was paying all bills.
Right.
My boyfriend made enough money to support us.
Right.
It was when it was, figure this out. It was like I had to be that person. And of course I've unlearned things over the years, but
of course.
It's like, what is the excuse? Like at this point, like people are just ignorant.
Yeah.
Like the information
by choice.
is there. Yeah, by choice. So when you sit in my face and you say I can't, like I don't have sympathy and my patience is very, very low.
Oh my gosh, you sound like me.
When it comes to people that try to court me,
yeah.
normally they're already coming with like something, and I think it's very public knowledge.
That's okay.
It's like I just
they know, like,
I just require like a certain level, and I don't like I require again a man to pay bills. If not, I don't go 50-50. I'm not a roommate, so.
Yeah, no, I agree. The same thing. Like if he doesn't make 6 figures, it's a problem.
Even when I didn't have money, I was doing that.
Yeah.
Though. You have to remember, I moved out because that man was making like $700,000 a year. So it's like all I know. Yeah. And I came from a household where my parent was making over 7 figures.
Yeah.
So it's like all I know.
Yeah.
So it's like, why would I change that? It's like,
and that's okay. What works for you doesn't work for the next person.
Again,
and that's
I'm just not your target audience. Like we saw a guy in a storage unit get a girlfriend. You will be fine. Yeah. I'm just not the girl for you.
For you. Yeah, because then you're gonna feel depleted. Like you have a project, you're trying to bring him up.
It's not even that.
You don't want to have to go on vacation. Yeah, it's just too much.
It just becomes resentment. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, like build and work together. Like I would need a ring for that. It's just what it is. If you want me to share my money and everything that I've built, you're gonna have to change my last name. Otherwise, I'm only gonna be building for the last name I have, which is my family.
Right.
So,
agreed.
And they're fine. So again, I'm not building anything at this point. Yeah. So I just require a certain level of commitment, and that is a marriage. Like if you want to build with me and share and mine with yours, then you're gonna have to get on one knee and really prove that.
Yeah.
I'm not helping no boyfriend I've known 6 months.
Yeah, it's not happening.
I don't know you.
I feel like a lot of us when we're businesswomen though, I feel like we always try to elevate the partner that we get
like
with.
Little Miss Fix It.
And then we end up in a situation where we're depleted. And so I think that's a lesson that we've learned, where we're not here to build a man. We have so much built. Matter of fact, if you want to come and marry me, we probably should talk about a prenup, because if it's not, there's no prenup.
Don't protect anybody. Almost. I sued my last boyfriend. And
wow.
You don't have to be married to take it there.
Yeah, look at that.
So I know everyone's like, prenup.
But you sued him?
I sued him, and I won. I have a judgment for like $360,000.
Well, what was it about? You sued him?
We lived together.
You had a domestic partnership.
We basically, like, we lived together. That's a legitimate relationship. And when things went south, there were promissory notes that if I moved out of my home state, I left Florida for this partner. And when it left, like...
Oh, so he wanted to leave you in the air. Like, you didn't
He just thought it was going to be that. But there was paperwork. Like, so it's like people just...
I know all about that. Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, in the United States, nothing is going to protect you in a relationship if you live together. We saw that with Tiger Woods' girlfriend was trying to sue him for living there. Like, this is what it is. People are always going to try to make a case. It doesn't mean they'll win. Yeah. But people are going to try to make a case. So the best thing is to judge somebody by their character.
Yeah.
And just take the risk.
Yeah. And the thing is that people's character changes. I mean,
they change or they switch it up because they found someone else. Or
so everything should be business until until you really know.
You just gotta take a gamble, and that's why I don't date people with nothing to lose, because they'll only help me lose everything.
No, I love everything that you're doing, especially since I know how to speak the language and I've been there, and I think it's an amazing business model, and that you're teaching it to the masses, right? Sometimes like we're speaking off air, sometimes when you grow up a certain way, you don't get the advantage and the tools and the information that somebody with in another lower socioeconomical situation, you know, wouldn't have. But the fact that you're bringing it to the forefront, making it known to everybody of all classes is amazing and a blessing.
And that she's young. Because at this point, not a lot of young women are doing what she's doing, you know?
No.
Because they don't have an example. I think it's important to be
They want the easy way out, too. Like, oh, let me go here, let me go work over there, let me get a guy. And at the end of the day, it's not. It's like, what are you doing really for yourself? That is actually with a structure. Being self-sufficient. That is going to keep coming the residual income instead of like, okay, I'm just here today waiting for something to hit. As of every day, I'm making money, and it's consistent. It's about being consistent, putting in the work.
No, for sure. And you guys can actually come to my free classes on Sundays, Mondays, and Thursdays. I teach literally 3 days a week, so every single person has an opportunity to learn how to make their first $500 selling a toaster that they do not own, to put yourself in a better financial position.
I want to learn. I'm going to start looking, and I'm going to have 2 other people look at it too.
Yes, because this summer is your 6-figure summer, but the only person that has control of that is you. And until you pick up the phone and you use it to better yourself, it's only going to be a cell phone for you. So I can't wait to see you guys in class. Thank you for having me. And you guys can find me at Wealthy College Kid on Instagram.
Thank you.
Thank you. Empower Hour.